options and looking at the other MSO who's giving you the freebie.
Let me just interrupt here. Mr. Wadhwa pointed out one thing, and even actually Himanshu started in the beginning about best practices. And one critical thing, and I think a lot of operators who are here have the same concern, and if I can put it to you, JK, this the content pricing, right? The fact that we're moving into new geographies, I'm talking about phase 3 and 4 markets. And Mr. Wadhwa made a very good point that there is price parity across the DTH, etc. But considering the cable business and the traditional legacy, is there a way to get some amount, or is there a strategy for a differential pricing? So therefore, phase 3 market pays a smaller component, and therefore the channels that they choose are packaged differently for them. Because I think a lot of the operators have that requirement, right? That if I'm in a phase 4 market, I just want these 3 channels, or these 5 channels, or 10. I'm just throwing a number. But I want them to be within the price bracket. Is that the broadcast?
We have actually implemented that kind of a structure. This colleague from Mysore was talking about a separate package from Mysore. We actually have that in Mysore already. We have 3 packages, as most of you will have, Janapriya, Bandara, and Vajra. In Mysore, we have something called a Janapriya Sub. I think that's completely customized only for the Mysore market. Now, it's a starting point. We have started doing this, and we definitely believe we have to customize packages based on the market. That's our first step. We did this in Mysore. We have a customized package only for Mysore. And if going forward, if there are other cities which require that, we are open to doing it because our systems now, we have now invested heavily in our backend systems. We've now got the Oracle database and management system. So our systems are robust enough to give as many consumer choices as possible and being able to manage that in the backend in terms of pricing and billing.
So you're saying basically right now, if the operator requires, we can drop the term packaging to actually micro packaging.
Yeah,
right? So micro packaging is a possibility. So coming back to again what we were talking about, the challenges of phase 1 and phase 2 markets, which we're still seeing. Leave aside what we have right now for phase 1 and phase 2 for a moment, but what are the learnings that we all should take as an industry into phase 3 and 4? Because obviously none of us want to step on our feet twice, right? So they obviously mentioned a couple of points, but I think if we can just go a little more into detail for all of us in the industry overall.
See, phase 3 and phase 4 market is roughly about 90 million set-top box opportunity. If you see the overall country, about 150 million, out of which 60 million is already digitized between the cable and the DTH. So if 90 million, even if you take 1/3 will go to the DTH industry, you are talking about 6 crore houses to be digitized by the cable industry. And which is enough and more for each player right now. Rather than I think crossing the path with each other, if we divide the market, or let's say if all the key players want to work together with the local partners, I think the idea is we should not be losing money. The biggest I would say that setback in the phase 1 and market is the discounting on the box was, I think, has been the highest. And most of the P&Ls for most listed companies, we are all bleeding by giving discounting on the boxes. The consumer today, when he is looking at the digitization, digital signal, and he is going to get a better quality of signal, more number of channels, there is no reason why you should be discounting the boxes.
So our biggest, sorry, just to interrupt you. So our biggest challenge is, as an operator, for me the biggest challenge is not really the next operator, but DTH, right? If I hear you clearly, that's something that I should be tackling on head on to be able to provide the right quality of service.
Yes, from the quality of service point of view, I think we need to improve our quality standard better than the DTH.
JK, your philosophy on this in terms of the fact that, again, right, and you mentioned the point that whenever a blackout happens, and even Dr. Matthew mentioned, that the consumer gets impacted and the LCO probably gets a bad name because, sometimes that's the nature of the beast. Is there some way that we can address this and, what are you doing? Because you also mentioned one more thing, and I think that's again relevant for this audience, is you mentioned about the cash collection metrics are being corrected, and we're seeing a lot of traction happening there. I mean, overall, how successful has that been? I know it's a long process, but how is it helping the operators, and are they seeing a good flow back from the ground up? And has that communication improved? How's it going?
Yeah, so there are 2 points you raised. One is about customer service and 2 is about cash collection. So customer service, Hathway has got a very robust broadband business, and being linked to the consumer and marketing to the consumer is nothing new to us. I think we've already done it and proved it in our broadband business. So we are well geared to do customer service. We are well geared to really reach out to the consumer. But I think there is, in the midst of doing this, I think there is something of value which the last mile connection which cable has, which even DTH cannot replicate. And I have gone with some of our collection staff into homes to really see the relationship which exists at the last mile. I think that's something which only cable has, the ability to go at any point in time to a house and be able to collect money from the homes. And this kind of, when we started our call center for the cable TV service, we found very little calls coming in. Because the first port of call which any consumer has when he has a cable problem is to talk to the local technician or local collection person. So, and that person renders a fantastic service. He's available at 24 hours. If there's a problem, he's there to service the customer. So, I think we have to now look at that and develop that capability which this industry has as another line of customer service.
I think that's an interesting thing because maybe we should turn it around a little bit. And I've been hearing Chandra from Den, for instance, who was sitting with me at my table. Just to hear your experiences on, the processes that you all have been following to lift up the game. We've all gone through challenges, as you said, of box swapping, etc. But I think, suggestions from you all, the things that you've been doing that probably all of us, the rest of us, can probably learn from. Right? Do you get a microphone there? Okay.
I have a question.
Sorry, Chandra, if you don't mind, if Chandra can just speak after that, please. Chandra, go ahead, sir.
The basic question was the stakeholders in this value chain are getting suffered each passing day because the swap is happening. So that is what I just wanted try sincere intervention to that matter.
Right.
But here, see, for example, take an example, City Cable for instance. City Cable is getting into that free swapping deal and undercoating everything and undercoating their billing and undercoating the box prices. So if this is the situation, do you think we can go forward and make it happen end of the day? So this cannot be possible. Okay. So that is what, as a stakeholder in this industry, that is what I feel is.
So you say you want a tighter framework.
Yeah.
Framework may be there.
Yeah, obviously it should happen.
Right?
Obviously.
Yeah.
So that is where I want try to intervene
right.
in this matter.
I think at the end of the day, I think even Mr. Vadan and JK have both said the same thing. They want a tighter, framework to be.
Yes.
Am I right? I mean, sorry.
It has to be. In fact, just to share with you that JK was also with me, and like Mr. Virendra Ija was also, we have given a recommendation to the regulator that make it a criminal offence. Right now we are saying surrender the box and settle the due. We said we have gone one step further, you make it as a criminal offence, anyone is swapping the boxes. Because the issue is, this is not the problem which today probably is X is facing, tomorrow Y is facing. This is it depends that when we are talking about the situation, all of us are victim of that. Today, let me tell you that today there are 6 lakh boxes of City Cable across the country which have been swapped. So if you take 1500 rupee cost of each box and you are talking 6 lakh boxes, 90 crore of worth of my asset has already been swapped. So I'm sure same is the case with Hathway, Den and everybody else also. So this is a problem, and sometimes this problem doesn't happen because of the MSOs, corporate offices. It happens at the ground level because of the distributor, because of the LCOs issues as well. So this is a problem, and I think all of us are victim of this problem. We would like to resolve this problem, and this is why again I go back and say that it requires a lot of collaboration in the partnership at the MSOs level.
No, I just want to add, see, I think, the problem we have is that, let's say 100% is working well, but even if there is a 10% problem in the market, it infects the other